Good morning, my name is Stephen Martinez. I am an embodiment of the Archangel Michael. What that means is, in a nutshell, I'm not messing around. I've been anchoring the energy, the frequency of Archangel Michael for the last 14 years into my frame, which is pretty much like riding around on an orca whale day and night. It's been my joy, it's been my ecstasy, and it's been my honor to do such a thing. Michael embodies in many things and many people. There are a few of us running around right now, and it's a fact that actually Archangel Michael is an intimate part of all of us. He is that warrior part of self who is now standing up within your soul and within the planet. Let me get a comfortable position here. I'm out here in beautiful Santa Monica, talking about a very important topic, but again, Archangel Michael, it is without question Archangel Michael's time. Most of his actions, most of the big moves are occurring on what we call the inner planes of existence. Everything manifests spiritually before it manifests physically in your own life, as well as in the life of the planet, which is a living body. I've done this video now, this will be the third time, magic number 3. And I'll pick the best of the 3 to make a decision on which one I'll use. I think the first one was a little bit too angry, and because I am angry about what's occurring on this planet, both with the Dark Alliance, who has everybody completely befuddled, and the other side of that coin, which is the unsuspecting accomplices, unsuspecting accomplices who are fully participating with the dark matrix and with the Dark Alliance through your thoughts, through your actions, with your money, and as you offer up your children into the beast system through the dark contract known as the birth certificate. So today, of course, Archangel Michael is the patron saint of the police officer. Of course, all who wear a uniform, to include the military, who is suffering in ways right now that it's really hard to explain. Veterans, the last I hear, are committing suicide 22 a day. I've heard reports that it might be more than that. That is a national tragedy. It's a national emergency that should be on every news channel and on the front page of every paper every single day until it changes. But guess what? You don't hear a thing, do you? You don't see a thing. And I assure you that is by design, as the dark shadow group devours and disposes of our bravest and finest decade after decade, sends you out to war, do their bidding, and then throw you in the garbage when you get home, leaving generation after generation crippled, mind, body, and soul. When that many people are from one body, the military, of course, is a body. When that many people from one body are committing suicide, guys, that means something very specific. That means the soul has been compromised. That means the soul has been compromised. And I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, our souls were compromised at or near your birth through the birth certificate. And today I'm specifically reaching out to the police department, who first and foremost needs to wake up to their participation with this dark group, with their dark masters. They have been turned into simply money collectors for the state. I see them in my neighborhoods jumping out of bushes at people for doing all kinds of things, simply collecting money. I think it was about, in LA, it was like something like $8 million last year, which says everything. I want you today it's time that we, if you notice, there's a theme happening in the world. It's about taking responsibility for our actions, and it's about people being held accountable. Today, the police department is being held accountable for their actions. And let me tell you, karma is not only a bitch, but it is perfect in its design. And there is a massive karmic bitch slap heading your way. So I want you to get in front of this thing to help defer some of this energy. And how are you going to defer it? By coming forward in integrity and in truth to expose that which you have been participating in, and how you're going to make amends. So let's go back to the birth certificate, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now to pull out those old birth certificates, that document that no one knows anything about, to fully research and fully comprehend everything that they are about, and there's a lot attached to them. But most importantly, what I need you to know today is there was, when mom and dad offered you up at or near your birth to good old Uncle Sam, there was a transaction that occurred, a deep soul transaction that has affected your lives and continues to affect your lives. You were magically turned into a corporate entity, a fake being with no soul, no life, no heart, a dead entity that's that you are commandeering, so to speak, that you are owning, both through identification, like the birth certificate, like the driver's license and the passport, forms of identification with your picture on it. And let me back up. So through this designed soul trap, a fictitious corporate entity known as a straw man was created. A straw man, which is identified by your name spelled in all capital letters. Your name spelled in all capital letters. This document and this information is very easy to research. Simply get online and type in truth about your birth certificate, profiling your straw man, and you will begin to see this name, what it means, what it represents, and you will begin to see it now in your everyday life quite often. Letters from the government, letters from the IRS, letters from the court system, the parking tickets, the banking system. You will see your name spelled in all capital letters, but I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that is not your name. That is the fake you. That is the straw man. That is the fictitious character that is being wielded against you, both in the court of law and by our nice police officers. So the DMV, of course, involved. I was just there recently and went in, and I said to the nice lady that was running it, I said, "Can I ask you a question? Why are you spelling my name here on this driver's license in all capital letters when that's not my name?" She goes, "Well, it's the computer's rigged that way." And I said, "That is a very appropriate thing you say. It is rigged, because by placing our names in all capital letters on this document, you are not only condemning yourself to the negative karmic energy that will most assuredly infect your life, but you are also offering your brothers and sisters up to this dark system." So when the nice police officer pulls you over, ladies and gentlemen, oftentimes using a legalese, a language designed to entrap you and ensnare you, he will ask for your driver's license, which is a fake document that you were forced into, not even you. That it's your picture, but it ain't your name spelled in all caps. He'll ask you, "Is this information correct?" It's not about your address, guys. It's about that fake name spelled in all capital letters there at the top, that he wants you to sign under. Do you understand? It is the straw man, the fake corporate entity that he wants you to sign. And when you sign your name there, guys, it ain't a ticket, it's a contract. It's a binding contract. I actually had to touch this myself. I already knew what it was about, but Creator had me go infuse my energy into the whole court system and whatnot, and actually go through the process so that I can tell you. Truth can only be ascertained one way, guys. You must go and touch it yourself. So I went in. Sorry, the next step is first of all, I told the police officer, I said, "Hey brother, you're involved yourself in a betrayal." The straw man thing, he got big-eyed and said, "I have nothing to do with that." And I said, "Brother, you have everything to do with it. You are the lure, you are the fishing line, and you are the sinker. Do you understand? And you are fully embracing it and fully participating in it and fully thrusting this betrayal upon your brothers and sisters." And so I told him, and he sped off in a big fat hurry. The next step, the court system sends me a letter. This time, again, trying to deny my birthright as a living being born of High Creator. This time, the letter was spelled in all capital letters. They wrote this thing in all caps, concealing my straw man at the bottom. Again, I said, "This is not me, imbeciles. I am not a fake corporate entity." The third time, I actually had to go into court. Once again, my name is spelled in all capital letters there on the front door, trying to find me as a straw man. So first thing I said to the judge when I got in there, I said, "Just so we're clear, I am not a fake corporate entity spelled in all capital letters. I'm a living human being born of High Creator, and I'm claiming those rights, my true rights as a citizen of this universe." The guy turned white as a ghost. I was set free. Later that night in meditation, I comprehended that I had freed actually a lot of trapped souls that were living within the confines of that court slaughterhouse, in the basement actually. Because listen up, ladies and gentlemen, when you offer this up, when you bow down to this Luciferic occult, thus the black robes, taught by the Black's Law book. They ain't hiding nothing, folks. It's all right there in front of your face. When you bow down to this nonsense, you give a piece of your soul, bit by bit. And from what I understand, if a child does not disconnect from this birth certificate straw man at or around 7 years from signing the name over, which is a form of child sacrifice, it's very difficult to then unplug, but most of us are in that position and we will unplug. I highly suggest that you call upon Archangel Michael and High Creator to help you slice these cords, these energetic cords. It's simply an umbilical cord to this dark matrix that needs to be severed. There is more ingredients to this birth certificate straw man. There is money involved connected to it. As far as I'm concerned, those are smoke screens hiding the main issue, because right now they're using this against us in the court of law without question. The entire court system is predicated on you owning up to this straw man, which has no rights. Do you understand? It's a dead being, so they can do all kinds of atrocious things to you and charge you all kinds of money, because it's simply another form of vampirism that's occurring on this planet ever since your birth. Unfortunately, for the last 10 years, I can't get grown men to take a look at their own document, to research the information surrounding this document. And now I've come to the realization that they're not grown men at all, but they are children who were stolen at birth. And thus you have an entire civilization, an entire community completely asleep to what's happening, the 9/11s that couldn't be any more in your face, diabolical inside scheme there. The demolitions that occurred, the proof is all, it's everywhere. You got the chemtrails in the sky, and you got the false flags happening every other week. Guys, it doesn't get any more obvious, but why can't people see it? Actually, there are a lot of people waking up to it, but why can't most see it? Because you are it. Because you are it. You are participating with it through your energy, through this umbilical cord, with your money that you give to these snakes. So the message I have to the police force today is we are being held accountable. You are being held accountable. DMV, people working for the DMV within this B system, you know, in totality, you are being held accountable now, and it's time to ante up, because when the human being, when the citizen wakes up to this birth certificate scheme, the straw man scheme, well, then it's made clear why they're so diligent about trying to take the guns away, because there's going to be some people that are a little bit upset about this when they find out about this scam. So police force, my suggestion to you is to get in front of it and come clean. Most of them already know what this is all about. Most of them already know about the legalese that they like to use when they speak to you, as well as the court system is using legalese. They're using your lawyer. Your lawyer, by the way, knows it very well, along with the judge and along with the prosecutor, and they speak their dialogue to each other to then bind you and condemn you. Today, on this day, it's mid-May, I believe, for all the mothers and all the fathers who have ever lived and live now. I'm standing my ground here, guys. It is time to stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Police Department, I ask you now, I don't ask you, Archangel Michael is commanding you to wake up to this scam, to wake up to your participation, and to step out in front of it. How can you defer this energy that's coming back now to you and your family? Because yes, your entire family is going to be involved and be corrected, because you have involved our families, you have involved our entire families and our lineages. This has been going on for a very long time. So you want to defer this energy. How are you going to defer this energy? By getting on YouTube, standing up like true men and women, and talking about what you learned, what you know. Mind you, I was just following orders, is never going to get it done. This is a time to come correct. This is a time to stand in our truth. All dark things are coming into light, guys. There is no hiding from this. This is just a heads up to do the right thing and to protect yourselves, because like I said, when citizens wake up to this fact, it's going to get ugly. So court system, I don't know what you guys are going to do. You guys are so lost in the shadow, man. And when I went in there, I saw a bunch of black eyes looking back at me. The soul has been sold a long time ago, so you'll have your own issue to deal with. But I'm telling you right now, and you know, in the war veteran, you guys got guys like Tim Kennedy, the UFC guy, who's a war veteran. I've been trying to get a hold of him for 5 years, telling him about this, but he would rather celebrate his war machine and his war fraternity and his army clothes, bragging about he's a wolf, not a sheep. My friend, you are the sheep, along with the rest of the sheep, and it's time for the sheep to wake up.